Thank you, Ian, and welcome to everyone. Thanks for turning up. I was on the way to the BBC this morning, just listening to the news, and the first two stories with increased flooding in the north of England expected and raging bushfires across Australia. The climate emergency is real. The climate emergency is now. This is why, at a time of such climate chaos and biodiversity crisis, our bold green policies are needed more than ever. And we will be presenting our radical vision for a green Wales to the voters in this election, offering solutions to the problems that are so vast. We will be putting forward proposals that will transform Wales, a Green New Deal, a Green New Economy, lifting people out of fuel poverty, sustainable public transport, a whole range of issues across many areas that will not only tackle climate change and help us meet our carbon reduction targets, but will also make for better, fairer lives for all of our citizens. We will also remain steadfast in our opposition to the cause of these problems. We will continue to oppose airport expansion. At a time of climate emergency, airport expansion is not acceptable. It is a crime against future generations. Here in Wales, we have a government that declared a climate emergency, rightly proud of the fact that it was the first country in the world to do this. And many councils have followed suit since. We welcome these intentions, but these words need to mean something. The same Welsh Government was recently bragging about the increased number of flights from Cardiff Airport and planning to increase the number of flights with more airport expansion. This is simply not acceptable. Business as usual is not enough. And these problems that we face that are so large and global, they demand international cooperation. That is why the Green Party, Wales Green Party, have always been a Remain party, campaigning for a people's vote from the very beginning, with Caroline Lucas calling for exactly that the day after the referendum. Brexit will be a disaster for the people of Wales. That is why we will continue to oppose it. It is also why I am proud and pleased that Wales Green Party and the Green Party have been part of the grown-up conversation, the new politics of consensus and cooperation, working together with other parties, cross-party, under the Unite to Remain banner, which will maximise the number of Remain MPs in Parliament and increase the number of Green MPs. That in itself will be a game changer. And while we continue to oppose Brexit and fight for Remain, we must never ignore the causes of Brexit. People voted out of anger back in 2016, and they were right to be angry. Communities across this country have been devastated by the politically driven austerity agenda. We've seen communities have had the hearts ripped out of them during an unjust industrial transition. We need to speak to those people. We need to work with those people. We need to rebuild those communities. It is not enough to stop Brexit. We need to fix the causes of Brexit. And these are the reasons why strong Green Welsh representation is needed at every level of government in Wales. And that is why a vote for Wales Green Party on December the 12th is so important. The time is now. This action takes place at the ballot box. A vote for Wales Green Party on December the 12th is a vote to say no to climate chaos, yes to a just society, and yes to Europe. Thank you. Thank you. I shall now pass you over to Amelia.
This is an election of opportunity. Your vote is your voice, and what a time to speak out. Whether that's speaking out against the climate emergency, whether that's speaking out against a disastrous Brexit deal, or whether that's speaking out against growing inequality here in Wales and across the UK. Your vote can change things. Your vote has changed things when you vote Green. With 2 million votes in the European elections, we have seen that green wave capture people's imaginations, but prove that this isn't about warm words, that this is about climate action, action in our communities, and delivering change for people. And here in Wales, we need that change. As Welsh people, we are proud of our industrial past, but we need a future of ensuring that we have good jobs, building our skills and opportunities. And the Green New Deal is a way of delivering that change. The Green Party were there at the beginning, 10 years ago, of the Green New Deal, making sure that we tackle inequality while tackling the climate emergency at the same time. Because, let's be clear, the UN has given us a window of opportunity. They have told us we've got just 11 years to tackle this emergency, and in reality, that means putting policy in place in just 18 months. A green vote is a vote to say we want that policy and we want to deliver those demands, because when it comes to the Green New Deal, we have seen it sweeping the world, but we were the instigators, we were the originators, and people should accept no imitations. We know the power of making sure that we have good jobs, of reskilling and retraining people, and the opportunities of energy that we have here in Wales, reflecting on our history, but thinking to our future as well. We might have a reputation as quite a rainy country, but that doesn't mean that we can't build our reputation in solar, in wind, in opportunities of rail and creation of wind turbines and a Green New Deal of warm homes, of delivering a sustainable public transport network and renewable power across the country. And as a country, we know that although we can deliver change in Westminster, and how much change we can create as a result of policies that aren't evolved, that actually power needs to be in our communities, because it's us and our representatives who know how to use that power best. For us, the Welsh Assembly deserves more power to ensure that it represents each and every one of us on the issues that we care about. But beyond that, our councils need to have more power, better investment, and ensuring that we're tackling and reversing many of those problems of austerity that have been chipping away, tearing apart the very fabric of our community for too long. We have power as people to vote for change. We have power in our country to be that future vision of what a Green New Deal can look like. And we need power in our communities to ensure that we can build that change for the future. So in this election, I urge everyone to vote Green, to have that say on our future. Because if not now, then when? Thank you.